Welcome to MCCT, Microcrawler Capability Test. That's where we test and compare the driving performance and capability of micro trucks and microcrawlers from 1 to 18th to 1 to 24th scale. Trucks in stock condition as well as highly modified and upgraded ones. The trucks have to pass through 10 different tests. We'll get either points for their results or their performance will be graded. And the final scores will reveal the most capable microcrawlers. We check their climbing ability, descent performance, their tilt angle, their performance in overcoming easy and difficult obstacles, and their low speed modulation and low speed driving performance. Check the description for details of tests, scores, and mode of grading. Now let's start and present this episode's test trucks. In MCCT episode 33 we will test the FMS FCX24 Mercedes-Benz Unimog 421. We will test it in stock form and a slightly upgraded model. The FCX24 Unimog does have a wheelbase of 142 mm and a weight of 512 grams. It runs on all-terrain AC70 325/70 R18 MPT tires with 59 by 20 mm. It has a 130 motor, a 2-speed transmission, portal axles, and a 2S LiPo with 380 mAh. And the upgraded Unimog 421 is not only upgraded, it's also a bit downgraded because it does have a driver figure, what's for sure not an upgrade. It has 597 grams, so is significantly heavier than the stock one and runs on different wheels. It runs on Badrazzi stamped steel beadlock wheels with Badrazzi Mud Pro X MT tires with 60 by 23.5 millimeters. The only further upgrade are metal steering links. And now let's check how those Unimogs can climb. Test number 1, climb on a rough surface. 45 degrees, no problem for the stock Unimog and no problem for the Unimog with the upgraded tires. 47 degrees. The stock Unimog is already lifting its front tires, but not a big problem. And the green Unimog, no problem. And 48 degrees. The red Unimog is already struggling. And it falls. Come on, only 48 degrees. Falls again. Come on. But again it falls. 48 degrees, too much for the FCX24 stock Unimog. And the Unimog with the heavy tires, it's struggling, it's nearly tipping, but come on, it can do 48 degrees, not steep at all. And 49 degrees, come on. It's tipping over. "49 degrees, too much, also for the Unimog with upgraded tires." And here the results of test number 1. The stock Unimog could do 47 degrees. 2 points for this, and the Unimog with the upgraded tires could do 48 degrees, 3 points for this. And for comparison, the Rockaby Mogrich tested in episode 15 with the same body, it could do 52 degrees, so much better here. It's lighter, no 2-speed transmission, only a 050 motor, and it was much better here than the FCX24 Unimogs. And under 50 53 trucks tested so far. That's place 35, a shared place 35 for the FCX24 Unimog with upgraded tires, and a shared place 42 for the FCX24 Unimog in stock form. And now let's check how they do on a smooth surface. Test 2, climb on a smooth surface 45 degrees. No problem for both. 46 degrees, easy. 47 degrees. The maximum the stock Unimog could do on a rough surface, on a smooth surface easy. And the upgraded Unimog a little bit in troubles. 48 degrees. Come on. The stock Unimog could not do this on a rough surface, but on a it nearly could climb 48 degrees, but now, come on. 48 degrees. And falls again. Could not get to the top, but nearly. But the Unimog with the upgraded wheels is in troubles here. It could do it on the rough surface, but on a smooth surface, it's in troubles. Why that? It's always slipping to the left side and falls. Come on. Yeah, it cannot do 48 degrees. Come on, you can do it. Come on. But no. Finally, it was not able to climb 48 degrees on a smooth surface. So here the results. Test 2, climb on a smooth surface, and both Unimogs, the stock FCX24 Unimog and the Unimog with the upgraded wheels, could nearly climb 48 degrees. But neither of those could get to the top, only nearly. So we give 47.5 degrees for both. That's 2.5 points here. And for the stock Unimog, that's a little bit better than on a rough surface. And for the upgraded Unimog, it's a little bit worse. And again, the raw copy Mogri could do much better here. It could climb 52 degrees on a smooth surface. And under 53 trucks tested so far, that's place 42 for the FCX24 Unimogs. And now let's check how they can go down, stop and up in reverse again. This was the weakest point of the raw copy Mogri. Test number 3. Go down, stop, up in reverse again. Start slope of only 45 degrees is way too steep for the Unimogs. And even only 40 degrees is too much. The green Unimog with the heavy wheels at least can stay and go down at 40 degrees. But it tumbles over. And again, not able to go up again. And the stock Unimog, 39 degrees, isn't even able to stop and stand on a slope of 39 degrees. The green Unimog with the heavy wheels can go down. and it's in troubles. But super slowly, super carefully, it can go up in reverse again at least 39 degrees. Check the rear axle. It's lifting its tires, nearly tumbling over, but finally is able to do 39 degrees only. 38 degrees, still too steep for the stock Unimog. Unbelievable. 37 degrees, and it's still in troubles. Lifting rear axle, rear tires. Check this out. Only 37 degrees, but finally it's at least able to do 37 degrees. And here the results of test number 3, descent, and here we see 37 and 39 degrees for the Unimogs. That's 0 points, but also the Rokhopi Mogrich was super bad here with only 41 degrees and 0 points. 45 degrees is 0 points. 46 degrees is 0.5 points. So really poor results. And under 53 trucks tested so far. We see here on place 51 the Rokhopi Mogrich, but still much better in results than place 52 and 53 the FCX24 Unimogs. And now let's check their tilt angles, hopefully with better results. Test 4, tilt angle to the left, 37.7 degrees for the stock Unimog. (42.2 degrees for the Unimog with the upgraded tires, and to the right. Test 5, 34.6 degrees for the stock Unimog. 41.45 degrees. Here the results of tests 4 and 5, tilt angle to the left and to the right. The stock Unimog 37.7 degrees to the left and 2.85 points for this, and 34.6 degrees to the right and 1.3 points for this. And the Unimog with the upgraded heavier wheels, 42.2 degrees to the left and 5.1 points for this, and 41.45 points to the right and 5.73 points for this. The Rokhopi Mogrich was not better here, and what we can see, both Unimogs are better to the left side than to the right side. And under 53 trucks tested so far, that's place 26 for the FCX24 Unimog modded and place 47 for the FCX24 Unimog in stock form. And now let's check how those trucks can climb. Test number 6, the flat side of the hill of branches. No problem for both, not in first and not in second gear. Much more problem going down than going up. So 2 out of 2 points for both Unimogs in test number 6. Test number 7, the steep side of the hill of branches. The most difficult obstacle of MCCT. And the stock Unimog is struggling hard. In first gear here, super hard, tipping over. Seems not to be able to do it. Even with the super nice low speed modulation of its first gear. But this helps. And finally, Come on. With open hood or open bonnet, it's able to go up. Going down is super difficult. In second gear, it seems to be impossible. Punch doesn't help here. Again, in first gear, super nice low speed modulation, so it doesn't tip over, is better controllable. Still not easy, super difficult. But again, in first gear, come on. It's finally able to go up, not to go down. Second gear again. And after a lot of tries. It was finally also able to climb the steep side of the hill of branches in second gear. The Unimog with the upgrade wheels in first gear. It's not super easy, but those wheels do really help here. Those tires and probably also the heavier wheels. Going up is much easier. It's super controllable with those tires and wheels. Still not an easy obstacle. But not a really big problem for the Unimog with the Patrazi wheels and tires in first gear. Going down again is much more difficult. In second gear, it seems more difficult, but those tires really work well here on this hill of branches. In second gear, it's much easier to tip over for the Unimog, but with those grippy tires, it's still able to climb this hill of branches. So test number 7, steep side of the hill of branches. The stock FCX24 Unimog gets 2 out of 10 points here. It could do it, but this was not really a good performance. And the modded Unimog with the upgrade wheels and tires, really quite good performance. Not super easy, but 7 out of 10 points here. Test number 8, the flat side of the hill of pebblestones. No problem in second gear and no problem in first gear for both Unimogs. So 2 out of 2 points at test number 8, the flat side of the hill of pebblestones. Test number 9, the steep side of the hill of pebblestones. And we start with the green Unimog now, with the upgraded wheels and tires. And here in first gear, and it's struggling. it's really struggling. Not enough punch to do the first step for this climb. That's a super difficult obstacle. And the green Unimog in first gear seems not to be able to climb the steep side of the hill of pebblestones. But in second gear, with more punch, this obstacle seems not to be a big problem. Second gear, short hop, and go. Tires are good and sticky. It falls still, but tires are quite controllable, or the truck is quite controllable on the surface of those smooth pebblestones. So that's a really good performance for the modded FCX24 Unimog, but only in second gear. However, it does have 2 gears, 2 speeds, so that's okay. And now the stock FCX24 Unimog, which is much lighter. And check this. It falls too, but first gear. And it's able to do this first step and come on, to climb the steep side of the hill of pebblestones even in first gear. It's not easy at all. But it can do it. The tires are not as grippy as the tires of the green Unimog, but still quite controllable on the hill. And in second gear it's no big problem at all. About the same performance as the green Unimog with upgrade wheels and tires. In second gear, not as good in control on the surface. Sometimes it falls, it doesn't do it every time. But it's not an impossible obstacle for the Unimog even in stock form. It's quite well capable of doing this. Come on. Yeah. So thumbs up for this performance of both trucks. And here the stock Unimog gets 8 out of 10 points at test number 9, the steep side of the hill of pebblestones, and the upgraded Unimog only 7 out of 10 points, because the stock Unimog even could do it in first gear, the upgraded Unimog only in second gear. However, very good performance of both trucks. Test number 10. The last test of MCCT, low speed performance and modulation, and the FCX24 Unimogs have absolutely awesome low speed performance, as all FCX24s. Amongst the best you can get in brushed microcrawlers out of the box, absolutely fantastic low speed modulation, and in second gear a lot of punch. There is no difference between the upgraded FCX24 Unimog and the stock one. Awesome, really awesome. That's how we like a ready to run out of the box truck. The newer FCX24s are a little bit louder, the ESC whining, but we do not judge noise here. The low speed modulation, as you can see here, is absolutely awesome. As in all FCX24s and the FCX18. 3.5 out of 5 points for the FCX24 Unimogs in test number 10, low speed performance and modulation. And we come to the final score of MCCT episode 33, the FCX24 Unimog in stock and slightly upgraded form. Here again, all 10 tests performed and all points gained, and for comparison also the results of the raw copy Mogrig, which has the same body. And we see both trucks could perform and do all 10 tests, what is really good. They are not awesome in any test, maybe in test number 9, the steep side of the hill of Pebblestones. Both were really good, and the FCX24 Unimog modded was also very good in test number 7, the steep side of the hill of Branches. However, to be able to perform all 10 tests, to do all 10 tests is really good. The weak point of all those Unimogs, also of the Mogrig, is going down. You see test number 3, descent, going down, stop and up in reverse again, 0 points, and only the last places of all 53 trucks tested so far. Maybe a little bit of weight in the rear axles out of metal would help here, because going down is really poor with all those Unimogs. The upgraded Unimog was a little bit better in most tests, but test number 9, even the stock Unimog was a bit better, or at least on par. And all in all, the stock FCX24 Unimog gains 26.15 points and the slightly upgraded Unimog 36.83 points. And out of 53 trucks tested so far, that's place 18 for the modded Unimog and place 25 for the FCX24 Unimog in stock form. Out of 43 stock trucks tested so far, the FCX24 Unimog even takes place 16, and out of 10 modded or modified upgraded trucks tested so far, there's only slightly modified FCX24 Unimog takes place 8. And that's it for MCCT episode 33. But watch out for the next episode of MCCT. There are still a lot of trucks to be tested. MCCT will be back.